My name is Alex. I am the partner manager here at IDX Broker. I'm responsible for bringing in new partner developing website companies. Now, as an IDX provider, we don't actually provide websites. We provide the IDX solution. It's very easy to integrate into a website, but we don't actually provide the website or any hosting services for that matter. So this is a great program for any of you who are looking to create a website and use our services to integrate into that website. So again, for any of you who are here, hopefully you guys are all familiar with the developer program already, and that's the reason why you signed up for this webinar. I'm going to go through a couple of the requirements first. So the first thing you should see on your screen is what's called the IDX developer page. It's found at www.idxbroker.com/developers. Typing that there in the chat utility for your own reference. And the first thing I want to just go over, before we go over anything related to monthly commissions, I want to go over the requirements. As a partner developer, you're required to bundle services with IDX. So what this means is that you can't sell our product as a standalone product. You have to bundle some sort of a website with the product. You're also required to integrate it into your website, meaning you cannot use iframe tags to put our solution into the website. So it must be based off of the wrapper system. For those of you who are unfamiliar with wrappers and iframe tags, there's a neat little article that's available on our support log. If you just go ahead and click here, you can type in, iframes versus wrappers. And before I actually move on, I'll go ahead and put that one in. Oops, let's see here. I'll also put that one into the chat utility there at the bottom, so that you guys have this for reference. Basically, the difference that you're going to notice is that iframes, anything that exists within an iframe cannot be indexed by any major search engine. It's not considered content that belongs to the website. Integration that uses our wrapper system actually creates dynamic, dedicated URLs per listing, and allows you to get credit for every one of those listings and all of the content that exists on those listing pages. It's important to make the distinction that the content actually exists within div tags as opposed to iframe tags. So again, you're required as a developer partner to use wrappers with our system and not iframes. You also must maintain, it says here to maintain a minimum HTML and CSS competency. I'd like to go ahead and say that we actually require that you know HTML and CSS pretty well. And I'm going to ask you for 2 to 3 website examples upon applying for this program to review those websites and make sure that even if you are using a WordPress theme, you have customized it to some extent with CSS and have a good understanding of how elements are positioned within HTML and then how they're styled with CSS. So the next item here is that you must have a minimum of 5 accounts active for 1 billing cycle in order to receive a commission in the form of a check. Go over the commissions. We have 5 to 25 accounts. You receive a 25% monthly commission payback. That means on their monthly payments to us, we pay you back 25% of those payments. Once you've reached 26 accounts, we start to raise that, or we raise that to 35% payback, and then it caps out at 45% once you've reached 50 plus accounts. So if you're a large development company and you plan on referring a lot of agents to our system, you can get nearly half of their monthly payments to us back in the form of a check. It's important that you include a physical address that you're at or that you can receive mail at, because we actually send hard checks. So just so that you know about that, there's no direct deposit through the system. So another thing that I'm going to require upon application is the completed W-9 form. So we expect you to fill that out. It's available at irs.gov/W9. All you have to do is fill it out, send it back into us, we'll review it, and then archive it with your file within our file server. And then the final thing, which is probably the most important aspect of being a reseller of IDX Broker, is the responsibility of supporting your referrals. Now, this is absolutely important. It's part of what plays a role in you getting commission payback. We pay you that monthly commission payback because we expect you to not only set up the account for your client, but to also support your client. So if they have any issues with front-end display, even issues with IDX, you're the first tier of support. If you cannot handle the support, or if you do not know how to resolve the issue with the IDX side, you're more than welcome to contact our support team. You can reach us directly at developers@idxbroker.com. I'm including that email address also within the chat utility. Send us your support concerns, your support emails. We'll answer them as quickly as we can. But basically, once our support team gets on it, if they cannot resolve it, then we escalate it to what's called a ticket, and then our developers do the final handling of whatever the issue is. So another important thing to mention is that your clients are not allowed to call our support team directly. So if you have any referrals that come into the developer code that you're getting payback on, you are not to direct them to our support channel. So our support channel should never ever be in contact with your clients. All right, so that covers the initial requirements. Now these requirements are important, and we expect you guys to follow these. Not all developer partners do, but it is absolutely pertinent that you do. There are additional benefits that come with following these requirements, but also it avoids, it keeps you from having to go through any sort of reviews with us. If you're not following these rules, generally we will review you as a partner developer, and if you cannot adjust to the requirements, then generally we'll recommend that you move to what's called the affiliates program, which is just a referral-based program. Not anywhere the same type of commission that you receive with this reseller program. Now, to continue on, there is a $99 entry fee to join the program. It's a one-time $99 entry fee. But once you become a partner developer, your clients will not have to pay a $99 setup fee. So typically our retail clients, when they sign up for our services, are required to pay $99. And I'll show you what that looks like. You go to our normal retail sign-up form, you should notice that there's a $99 setup fee. It's a one-time fee that they have to pay to directly access our support and also for us to set up the account. But since you're the developer partner, you guys are expected to set up the account. And for that reason, we actually waive the $99 setup fee. So moving on, once you've decided you can meet these requirements, you're ready to get started on that monthly commission, and you want to just start referring clients and reselling the product and getting started, we move on to what's called a developer sign-up form. So that application can be met here or reached here. We put it in kind of inconspicuous lettering because we want you to actually read through the requirements first before you come to the hyperlink that says sign up here. But once you're ready to go, you click that button and you're going to come up to what's called the partners sign-up form. So this is a pretty self-explanatory form. Most of this is going to be pretty easy to fill out. You're looking at contact information, first name, last name, etc. One thing I do want to mention is the dev code. We get tons of questions about this. The dev code should really be an identifying code that you use that is easy for you to remember. It's going to be tied to your sign-up forms. It ensures that you get credit for the accounts that you refer to us. But additionally, it allows us to go ahead and find your developer account within our system. So if you ever need to troubleshoot anything, it's much, much easier for us to find the account when we have your developer code. So please incorporate something, 5 to 10 character code. Actually can be alphanumeric, so it's whatever you want to put in there. But 5 to 10 characters. I don't recommend that it necessarily have something to do with your company name. We have a lot of developers that change company names midway through their partnership with us, and the issue with the partner code or the dev code reflecting that partner name is that when they change their company name, the dev code no longer seems apt. So generally, I recommend that you use something that is unique, as a unique identifier, but doesn't necessarily pertain to the company that you have, the company name that you have. You can also upload a logo if you want. This is not entirely necessary anymore. We have an actual system now where you can plug in the logo either through uploading it to the cloud or selecting an image path to the photo if it's online already. And I'll go ahead and explain that a little more in depth in a second here. There's that $99 entry fee. You agree to the IDX terms and conditions and press continue, and we'll process your payment on the second page. So there's a little bit of confusion there too sometimes, but this is step 1 of 3. The billing page is next. So let's go on to the next thing. Once I receive that sign-up form from you, I'm going to shoot you an email asking for W-9 form and 2 to 3 website examples. Again, these 2 to 3 website examples are to demonstrate your skill with HTML and CSS. They do not have to be real estate specific, but they should demonstrate that you have the ability to actually develop a website. For those of you who plan on using WordPress sites or have developed many WordPress sites in the past, that's entirely fine. I just ask that if you send me a WordPress design, that you send the WordPress design with customization. It's not out of box. So make sure that that you process it, or I mean that you've done some sort of customization to the actual theme. So the next thing I'll do, once I've actually approved you as a developer partner, we're going to go ahead and run that $99 charge on your card that you provided to us. And you can go ahead and see here, this is a welcome email that I sent to you once we've processed you as a partner developer. If we scroll down here, there are a couple of assets that you gain access to as a partner developer. So the first is the V1 platform. It's a demo account, essentially. We create a full demo account with all the features that any normal account would have, and we tie it to whatever website you want us to tie it to. Generally, that's the website that you provide in the application. But if you want to change that, it's more than easy to do that. We push dummy data through the account, so approval is not necessary, but it is still fully featured. It's just got dummy data in it. For those of you curious about obtaining MLS data, it's not possible through a demo account. You can only establish a secondary account, but it does have to be paid for. Now, these demo accounts are absolutely free. There's no ongoing charge for them. That $99 entry fee actually covers this demo account, and you gain lifetime access to it. So if you want to sandbox our original product, you're more than welcome to. I'll give you an idea of what that looks like. This is our original dashboard. There are a couple of other items that we can go through, but I'm not going to go through too in depth in terms of how the various aspects of the control panel are applied to an actual website. But just to give you an idea, we have global preferences, templates that you can directly apply, and of course if you want advanced customization, you can do so through CSS, subheaders, and page wrappers. So if I go back to this, I want to show you also that we have what's called a developer sign-up form. Now this is the one I mentioned earlier. This one's going to have your 5 to 10 character code attached to it. It'll have it attached to the end of the sign-up link. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to copy this sign-up link. If you want to resell the original platform, you're going to send it to your client. They're going to sign up to that link, and then it's going to tell our system that it's attached to your developer code so that you get credit for the account. And just to give you an idea of what that looks like, there's an original sign-up form here. As you can see, we have the string of idxbroker.com/signup.php dev code, and then the dev code at the end of that line. So that's going to be the unique identifier. Now, we do have 2 platforms, and to give you kind of a cursory overview of the 2 platforms for those of you who haven't visited our website or our pricing page yet, we do have 2 platforms. Original is our legacy software. It's the software we came out with first, and then Platinum is our new software. So Platinum is going to be more robust in the sense that it carries all of the same features that Original does, but it has some additional features. Those additional features will range from map search widget to full-on mobile pages that work on any mobile device, to additional items for customization like long-tail customization on detail pages, and additionally result page wrappers. So if you want to add additional dynamic content to your predefined search results, you can do that on the sidebar, header, or the footer. So Platinum is definitely more robust. Additionally, it is worthy to note that any new features that we create and add to our system will only be added to the Platinum side. Because of that, it's significantly or at least more expensively priced. We have $59.99 as opposed to $39.99. There are quite a few less features with original, but for those of you who are interested in reselling a less expensive solution, original is still very robust. It is bulletproof. It is proven, so it's pretty fantastic. But Platinum is definitely worthy to note. Is a very great platform. Again, all of our development efforts going towards that platform is going to mean that any new features like polygon map searches are only going to show up on the Platinum platform. So with that being said, we'll lead on to the next aspect of that email, that welcome email that I sent to you. It's the Platinum is our new product. We're moving all of our development efforts to this platform, as I mentioned before. But one of the things you get immediately when you become a partner developer is what's called a partner account. So you have a Platinum partner account. There's a couple of things you can do with this, and I'll review this in just a second. I have a couple of questions here from Jose. So Jose, this is actually a developer webinar, so this is for developers, not for agents. If you're just looking for the partner list, I can send that to you right now. So here we go. All right. And to get back on track here, we have this partner account that allows you to do a couple of different things. We have client payback eligibility on the dashboard. So this is the dashboard of your partner account. You have the ability to view all of the accounts that you've created, all of the ones that you referred to us, when they were first billed, and then when they'll be eligible for payback. So if you're worried about keeping track of that, you can more than easily do that directly from the dashboard. We have API key control for those of you who are working with CRMs or have developed your own custom contact relationship management system. You should be able to do that through here. We have an API key that's assigned to every single individual account, and additionally you have access to what's called an ancillary API key. The ancillary API key is only accessible by partner developers, and it allows you to increase the number of queries that you can perform within an hour by 3 times. So instead of just performing, I think the limit's 250. Yeah, it's 250 queries for a retail account. From your ancillary key, you can perform up to 750 API queries within an hour. Only important if you guys want to push the leads from your clients' accounts to some sort of special CRM that you've set up for them. You can revoke keys, you can create new keys. Additionally, you can do the same thing for your clients on the client level directly from this menu. Now, the marketing aspect is something I kind of addressed a little earlier, but this one has to do with branding, co-branding your sign-up form and co-branding your middleware. So the middleware are the control panels that your clients see. The sign-up form is that sign-up link that I showed you earlier. So this one and this one down here. Now, of course, they differ only in terms of URL structure. They both refer to different platforms. So this one is the Platinum platform. This one is the original platform, indicated by the bold lettering that precedes it. So if we go back to the sign-up form, where you're going to notice the actual branding is going to be up here in the top left-hand corner. For the sign-up form, it'll replace our IDX logo with whatever logo you include. So if I take a look at the sign-up form directly from here, it'll replace that IDX logo there. And then if I go back to marketing tools, it does the same thing if you do so with the middleware co-branding, but it'll do it on the client level control panel. And I'll show you that in just a second. So if I go into the client search, that's really the next most important aspect of this partner control panel. I can review every single client that I've ever referred to IDX Broker. I have a couple of different ways I can search or filter through the clients, either through display or company name, company domain, client domain, etc. Now this AID is pretty important here. I mention this because when you refer clients to us, this is the quickest way to get support on an account. If you contact developers at idxbroker.com regarding a specific account, please include the AID of that account. It'll help us to locate the account quickly and address the problem as fast as we possibly can. When you don't, we have to go through the process of searching for things or asking you what the domain name is, etc. Please provide the AID when asking for support. Additionally, you have a couple of other items here, first and last name, company name. This company name is a hyperlink to their actual website, and then the account user level. Finally, we have what we call Christmas lights for the various types of approval with the MLS, and then also account creation, billing, and account status. If I expand this arrow to the far left, I have some additional features on a client per client level. I can either access directly their search pages, or I can view their MLS membership more in depth, either to review the number of MLSs that they have tied to their account, or to review which MLSs have been approved and which ones haven't. And again, also to review any of the office IDs that may be tied to their account. I can't edit the office IDs, but I can at least review them. So if I go back to that, what you also notice is that there are contacts tied to the account. Contacts, you could have maybe you guys have a tech support, account handlers. That's entirely great use of this. If you want to include them as a contact for that specific account, it means that you can send them credentials as well to log into the account. So I definitely recommend using that. Additionally, we have what's called a notes section, which is also important to mention. For those of you who plan on referring a lot of clients, logistically, this notes section is going to help any of your tech support crew really filter out anything that's already been done to the account, and to make sure that they're not stepping on each other's toes whenever supporting an account. So those are just a couple of items there on that level. If you want to send credentials to the client, you have this little envelope here. The envelope has a little bit of text there that shows up. It says send password to client. There we go. Send password to client. You click it. It'll automatically shoot an email to the primary email address on account with the appropriate username and password. Now, the final aspect of this is going to be, actually, before I get into that, I wanted to show you guys exports. For whatever reason, if you wanted to export any of your clients that you've referred to us, you have a couple of filtering options for the CSV. You press export, and it'll actually export as a comma-separated value sheet. And then you can, of course, import that into Excel. But if you guys wanted to, mess around with that or export it for whatever reason, you're more than welcome to do that as well. Now, if I wanted to log into a client's account to actually start making client level changes, or if I wanted to log into a demo to do, sandbox testing, as you guys will have available a demo, as mentioned here, as one of your assets. So you'll have a direct login username and password. Additionally, you can just log into your partner account and then directly log into it from the partner account. But the cool thing is I can actually log in to that account level. I can actually go through and make my changes. Here's my dashboard for the actual IDX broker account with the dummy data. This is a demo account, so you'll have data already associated with it. And then you can, of course, make any of your changes. This is a pretty similar layout to the previous control panel, obviously an updated user interface. There are some other items, too, in terms of customization, as mentioned earlier. And then we have a whole designs pages section. So any sort of customization in terms of creating new search pages, custom CSS, and then affecting wrappers and subheaders can all be done from here. But if I make any changes and I decide that I need to log out or want to log out, all I have to do is press the log out button. And then I'm back at my partner level account. So then I can log into another client and make changes there, and then I can log back out. Now it's important to note here that there's the co-branding. If you have a logo that's tied to that marketing section for middleware, this is where it co-brands it. So it shows up on every single page. Just in case you guys want to show your company logo there. And then I log back out and I end up back in my partner control panel. So a really easy way of keeping track of all of your accounts. Now, one thing I do want to mention is that on the original side, the original platform, we don't actually have a partner control panel like this. So if you want to keep track of clients, or if you have any questions about clients, whether or not you're going to receive commission payback on any of those clients, feel free to give us a call. You can call us here at 541-343-3912. I'll include the number in that chat section as well. It's Easy enough. We have to go through our own super user admin section to view any of the clients that you referred to us on the original control panel. But it is pretty nice that you can do this all directly from the Platinum control panel, at least for your Platinum accounts. Logistically, it makes more sense too because you have all of the username and passwords directly stored in your partner account, so you don't actually have to remember them or keep track of them. You can just directly log into them. So within our original control panel, we actually have to send you the credentials, and you are responsible for keeping track of those credentials. Of course, you're always welcome to ask us for the credentials to be resent to you if you lose them for whatever reason. All right, so that kind of covers all of the various assets that you're going to gain access to. You have 2 sign-up forms. Just again, a quick cursory overview of what we just talked about. You have 2 sign-up forms, one for our original platform, one for our Platinum platform. You have 2 demo accounts, one for our original platform and one for our Platinum platform. You have a partner account for the Platinum platform that allows you to track our mutual clients and also to log into them and make changes. Now, the sign-up process is another important thing to mention. A lot of you have questions about specific MLSs. What are the different processes for approval? Approval is not instant. In fact, in most cases, it is a timely thing. It takes up to about a week. You can expect about 5 to 8 business days. The reason for this is that a lot of MLSs require paperwork from their full dues paying members. So for those that do require paperwork, we'll send you the paperwork. We'll also send your client the paperwork. They're expected to fill it out, return it to us at mlsinfo@idxbroker.com. All of this will be reiterated by our MLS coordinator in an email that's sent out to you and to your client upon submission of the sign-up form. But there are some MLSs on the other end of that spectrum that are auto-approval, and all we have to do is check the database. If there's any concern about coordinating times in terms of setting up the actual website and getting IDX approval, you're more than welcome to give us a call and ask us how long we think it'll take for that specific MLS to approve your client. Once the account has been approved, all we have to do is ship it to you. Shipping it to you notifies you ahead of time that the account is being turned on, green-lighted, and that it's ready to be used. That's also when we run the initial charge on the client's account. A month from those points, from the first billing date, your client becomes eligible for a monthly payback, and that's when we start considering you for that. One last thing I do want to touch on is the partner list. Now, there are many other things that we provide for our developer partners, but as long as you find those requirements, you follow those requirements that I mentioned at the very beginning of this webinar, you have referred up to 5 accounts, you will be able to show your company on the partners list. Now, this is our original partners list. We're actually revamping this entirely. It's going to be way cooler. It's going to allow people to actually search through our partner developers. Each partner developer is going to have a set of tags that indicates their areas of expertise. I've gone through and actually done an in-depth review of all of our partner developers to figure out where they specialize. So I will probably do the same for your company if you've referred up to 5 referrals and you're following our guidelines, our requirements, and then we'll put you on that page. It'll give you an extra point to advertise your company. You should have a company website and a logo to participate, but it's going to be great in terms of driving traffic to your website and your services. This partner page actually generates quite a bit of traffic and pushes quite a few referrals to our partner developers. So this is one of the benefits that you'll receive as a partner developer once you reach those 5 referrals. And just to finish it off, we do have additional marketing materials that are in development. We usually release a newsletter about once a month for our partner developers that just kind of update them on new tickets, new features that have been added, enhancements to the system, things like that. Additionally, we include some type of marketing material, generally in the form of HTML, but we also do PDFs and flyers. So if you guys have any desire to market your partnership with IDX Broker, you're more than welcome to. And that concludes everything within this webinar. Thank you so much for attending. There were quite a few today. Again, I have this recorded, so I'm going to go ahead and post it up on our YouTube channel, and I will send you the link within a day from transcoding that video. Thanks so much for attending. Have a great day.